Hi guys, Olive here today to do a review of The Night Tiger by Yangsze Choo. This book was published in 2019 by Flatiron Books, which is an imprint of Macmillan. The hardcover copy comes in at 380 pages, and it is, in fact, Reese Witherspoon's April 2019 pick for the Hello Sunshine Book Club. This is the second book by Choo, who is the author of The Ghost Bride, and this book is a really impressive melding of genres. Coming of age, historical fiction, romance, mystery, and fantasy all dance in perfect harmony in this book. Our story begins in 1930s Malaya, when a young orphaned houseboy named Ren is tasked by his terminally ill master to retrieve a finger off of one of his hands that he had lost years prior. His master warns him that if he is not reunited with this lost digit within 49 days of his burial, that his soul will not be able to enter the afterlife. But before we can see the search go underway, we are introduced to the character who will become the center of our focus as the book goes on. Ji-Lin is a young woman training as an apprentice to a dressmaker, but on the side, she's working as a dance hall girl, trying to earn some extra money to help pay off her mother's mahjong debts. One night, she's working at the dance hall, dancing with a typically skeevy guy, when she unwillingly comes into possession of the contents of his pocket. And that is a severed, preserved finger in a vial. With every attempt that she makes to return this finger to its owner, she becomes more ensconced in the mystery of it, especially when people connected to the finger begin to expire. She's helped in this adventure by her long-absent stepbrother. He has been away studying in Singapore, and the two haven't spoken for a long time, despite being much closer when they were younger. And we're left to wonder why they are so close. The matchmaker who set up her parents was really pleased with the job she did, considering that their two children, Ji-Lin and her stepbrother, were born on the exact same day, just 5 hours apart, as though they were twins. And to make things even more eerie, both of them were named for 2 of the 5 Confucian virtues. And, fittingly enough, the houseboy Ren was also named for one of the Confucian virtues and was once part of a set of twins. But unfortunately, his twin brother died several years prior to the events of this book. We're told many times throughout this book that the 5 individuals named for those 5 Confucian virtues, kindness, justice, order, knowledge, and integrity, are connected. Their souls are all connected. We have the 2 sets of twins, and then we have the 5th wheel that completes the grouping. But we're told by a certain someone in this book that that 5th individual is dangerous. There's a period of dramatic irony in this book. We, the reader, come to know the connection between these characters when it comes to the Confucian virtues and also with the finger, but we also exist in the unknown with them in certain regards as well. We don't know who this 5th individual is. We don't know why people connected to the finger keep dying, although there are rumors and more than a couple of sightings of a tiger roaming the area. Some people in the book believe that a man-eating tiger is responsible for these deaths, although it is noted in the book that this wouldn't be normal behavior for the beast. A normal, completely healthy tiger, able to hunt its normal prey, wouldn't naturally come after a human. So if it's starting to attack people, then the animal is in some way vulnerable, which leads us into the mysticism that's laced in this book. There are hints that perhaps a soul can manifest as a tiger. Is it possible that the spirit of Ren's now dead master is taking the form of a tiger, hunting down that piece of himself that he's lost? Throughout the book, I noticed this ongoing question about what our spirits need to feel whole. Is a spirit hindered if a body is not complete at death? And does this completeness imply a physical state or an emotional one? Would being parted from the one who makes us feel complete keep our spirits from feeling settled in the afterlife? And what might a spirit do if it crosses over into another world and doesn't feel complete? Will it prey upon the living? There's a real duality to this book and also a comfort in even numbers. The 5th individual, the one named for that final Confucian virtue, is the one who poses a threat to the other 4. It's the one that's going to throw off the balance. The author is really successful in creating this unsettled feeling to the book, like everything is about to be thrown off of its axis. As much death as there is in this story, There's a real softness with which it's written, which makes for a much lighter reading experience. It has a feel like everything is falling into place, which definitely makes sense considering the thread of fate that weaves its way through this book. In a lot of ways, this book read like a cozy mystery novel. Although it is a genre blend of a book, it was structured like a mystery, and it just felt great to read. I always consider cozy mysteries to be those books where someone has died, but we're all still having a great time. Not to say that there's no loss or grief in those books or in this book, but everything goes down easy, if that makes sense. And that's definitely the case with this book. I thought overall it had a really well thought out story, and I thought the author did a really great job of hiding the seams of how everything came together. Sometimes I get frustrated with the authors of cozy mystery books because they keep so much from the reader early on only to info dump at the end, never giving the reader a chance to kind of go on that journey of solving the mystery with the main character. But I didn't feel that way with this book because we do have that initial period of dramatic irony where we as the readers are more in the know than the characters for a period of time. But once that fades, we're really able to go along for the ride in solving this mystery. The ending of the book was somewhat strange, but I did notice that the author left some room open for further exploration if she ever wants to come back to these characters. Although I didn't necessarily get the impression that she wants to. It's always hard with these types of books. You want to see more from these characters, but you're so worried that any further story will affect your initial impression of them, so much so that you're like afraid to read anything else about them. But this is absolutely a book that I would recommend. If you're in the mood for a good historically set, mysticism-soaked, slow burn of a mystery novel, it is one that hits all the right notes. So those were my thoughts on The Night Tiger. I'd love to hear from you if you've read this book, would love to know what you thought of it, or if you're now interested in reading this book after hearing me talk about it, you can let me know in the comment section below, or if you'd like to chat somewhere other than YouTube, I am on a variety of different places on social media. The links to all of my profiles are linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.